Hi there, and welcome to the Blog Kickstart Workshop. In this workshop, I want to show you how to create your first blog the right way using the correct themes and plugins. Now, first let's talk about what a blog is. Now, when blogs first came out, they were seen kind of like online journals. People created them just to post their thoughts to. They became really popular and trendy, and many people started using them for all kinds of different things. Now they are simply a CMS or a content management system, which is a fancy phrase for website builder, okay? Now there are tons of ways you can use blogs. You can use them to serve your content, create sales letters on them, create squeeze pages on them, make directories, and about 1,000 other different things. You can basically use a blog to build any type of website out there. Now, once you've decided how you're going to use a blog to make money and the niche you're going to serve, you need to find a domain name that is related to your niche. Now, depending what your goal is will depend on what domain name you'll get for your blog. So, for instance, if you're starting a blog in a niche to sell advertising from your blog, I would recommend getting a blog with your niche name in it. Like if you were in the anti-aging niche, your name would need to have that phrase in it, like, anti-aging whatever, antiagingsecrets.com, stuff like that, okay? But you need to have your niche in it, because when you're going to be selling advertising from your blog, people need to, especially buyers, need to see that, it's a good domain, it's a good website, that kind of thing. Plus, you're going to probably be doing a lot of SEO, so you need that in your domain name, okay? If you're promoting your own services, then I'd get a domain name with the name of your service you provide or your own name. Here's an example. If you run a blog on providing services that help people create budgets, like for, retirement budgets, vacation, saving for vacation budget, there's all kinds of different budgets out there. You can either get a yourname.com, like I would get liztomey.com, or a domain name like budgetinghelper.com or something like that, okay? It's really going to depend on your game plan when it comes to getting a domain name. Now, I'm going to be using the domain name iamwithliz.com for this workshop. This is a blog that I am starting to promote my own products and products that I am an affiliate for in the internet marketing niche. I have liztomey.com, and that's what I wanted to use for this, but there's too much on it, and I wanted to start with a fresh domain name to teach you guys. And I think iamwithliz.com is pretty cool, so that's why I'm going there. So that's just a side note there, okay? All right, once you have your domain name, and they're easy to get, you simply go to your registrar of your choice. I use GoDaddy.com, and buy it. Then you're going to need to get hosting. All right, so I've already gone over to GoDaddy.com. I already have my domain name. In your resources document, that you should be able to download below this video, I've given you a blog post that I did on getting domain names, where I get domain names from, why I get them from GoDaddy and all that. You can read more about that if you want. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on domain names. Hosting, same thing. There is a link to the host that I use. The reason why I use them is because I've had nightmare issues in the past with other hosting, and this has been the best host ever. I can literally call them on the phone 24 hours a day with any issues I have, and they help me. That's the number one reason I use them. Hardly any downtime ever. They're just a great, great company to get hosting from. So if you look in your resources document, it's Liquid Web Hosting. You'll see the link to them. Once you have your hosting, and you're going to get what's called name servers. So let me go into my GoDaddy account. This is where I have my domain name. Let me sign in here. Your hosting, once you get it, will give you what's called your name servers. Now you've got to tell the registrar where you get your domain names from, where your hosting is. That's where the name servers come in play. It's kind of like your phone number for the phone number for your hosting. This lets your domain name and your hosting talk to each other, okay? So I'm going to go and find my domain name in here eventually. Okay, so I'm going to search. I've got a lot of domain names, so we're going to do I am with Liz. Search. There it is. So I'm going to tick the box next to it. Set name servers. Mine may already be set. They are. So mine are ns1.lizrulestheweb.com and ns2.lizrulestheweb.com. Yours are going to be different depending on who your hosting is with. Will depend on what yours are. But you see, you can edit your name servers, put them in. Once you edit them, click the OK button, and usually, instantly, it'll be ready to add to your server. Now, the way I add things to my server and hosting is the same thing, guys. So I'm going to go into my WHM. And what's cool about having this hosting is they give you this WHM, and it makes it really easy to add your domain name. Here we go. Create new account. Now, once I add it to this is going to be live and online. I'm going to be ready to start building my blog, okay? So I am with Liz.com. I don't have to choose a package or anything like that. Now, I'm not going to show you me creating this. What's going to happen is I'm going to click the create button, and it's going to spit out my username and password that I need to use for my hosting. You'll want to put that in a text file and keep that in a domain name folder. So anytime I create a new domain name, I just do new folder. I am with Liz.com, and this everything related to my website will always go in this folder. So I'm going to open this up. I'll copy and paste the information that this spits out into here, and I'll save that into that folder. Right now I'm going to pause the video while I do this because I don't want everybody and their brother knowing my username and password, and then I'll come back and show you guys what to do next. Okay, so I have my hosting information now saved. It's in my domain name folder. And when I go to IamWithLiz.com, now everything is live and online, okay? I can now start building my blog. Now, I use WordPress for all my blogs. Why WordPress? Well, because it's the best blogging platform out there. They've got tons of themes, and themes are things that can make it easy to design your blog. And they also have tons of plugins, and plugins are things that make your blog do stuff that it won't do by default. Think of them kind of like add-ons, okay? And it's industry standard. Everybody's using it. And it's super easy to use. You just need to make sure that you have access to your cPanel. So with your hosting, make sure that, number one, you use the hosting that I'm using because it's phenomenal. But number two, if you don't, make sure they at least have a WHM and you can get cPanel access. Now, most hosts, it's your domainname.com/cPanel, and then whatever your username and password is, your hosting username and password for your domain name. I just generated that information by adding it to my WHM, so I have that. But on my server, it's actually cPanel.domainname.com. All right, so I need to put in my username and my password. And your cPanel might look a little bit different than mine, but what you want to find is your Softaculous. I'm clicking on WordPress here. Click on the Install tab. Now, I don't want this to be in a directory, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to do IamWithLiz.com. Site description. Internet marketing discussed with Liz Tomey. I'm not going to put in a username and password yet because I don't want you guys to know what my username and password is. I'm actually going to use this blog. So English, I always click the limit login attempts, and then you're going to click install, okay? Now, again, I'm going to pause the video while I do this because I don't want you to have my username and password, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what to do next. All right, so I put in the username and password I wanted. I hit install, and it brings you to this screen. On your hosting information thing that you saved, I also recommend that you save your administration URL to get into the back office of your blog, along with your username and password on this, okay? And I've already done that. So I'm going to click on this link. I can get rid of all of this now. And I'm going to put in my username and password. All right, so once you have gotten to this point, you have a generic blog installed. So if I go and I visit my site now, this is what it looks like. And at this time, I think this is the 2016 theme. If you see any updates or anything like that that you need to do, go ahead and do these at this point. I just see one. So all you got to do is click the button and all is well. Now is what you need to do is add a theme to make this your site. Make it different, make it look the way you want, stuff like that. Now you have some options here when it comes to themes. Now if you go to Appearance and Themes, there should be some default themes in here, but if you want to look at a ton of different themes here, you can look at these. They have several of them. This minimize one is what I do is I click and I open in a new tab so I can take a look and see what it looks like. But you just want to find something nice and clean to begin with. You can change your theme when you want, but I will tell you, sometimes when you change your theme and you've got all your content where you want it and you've added things to your blog, it can change all of it very quickly and you won't know where anything is, or it could screw up, how you have things laid out. So make sure you pick a theme that you're going to be happy with, okay? Now, if I take a look at this probably isn't something I would want to use long term. So I would continue going through here until I found the theme that I definitely wanted to use. So, and here's the cool thing, like if you want to just see what your blog will look like, let's say I wanted to use this. So if I click install and click activate, and then I can go and look and see what it looks like. And I can decide, okay, do I want to use this or not? Now you can also go into customize, and some themes will have all kinds of different things you can customize. Looks like this one, you can change the header if you want, sticky header. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. You'll just have to play with it and find the one that you want. Now, if you're looking for a lot better quality themes, I recommend Elegant Themes. And this is also in your resources document that I told you can download below this video. But they have a ton of killer themes here. It's just one price, and you get access, like it says, to all 87 themes. Let me see how much it is currently. Looks like the best one to go with would be this one. For 20 bucks more, you get complete access to all the plugins too, plus the layered Photoshop files. So you can edit, the files and stuff. So I would definitely pay 20 bucks more. It is a year, but it's so worth it because their themes are really easy to use. And they've got so many different ones. And if you're anything like me, you're going to have multiple sites and stuff like that out there. But these are really easy to use. Their support is great. If you need help or anything like that, that's why I recommend them. They just got really high quality themes. All right, so at this point, you need to go ahead, find a theme, and get it installed on your blog, just like I showed you here. And once you do that, we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I found a nice, simple theme is what I did. And I'll show you guys what I did. And every theme's going to be different. If we go here to themes, so I'm using Shamrock. If you go to customize, it'll allow you to do a lot of customization of things here. Oops, let's go back there. It'll allow you to do a lot of customization of things here depending on the theme. And then once you get that how you want it, you can go back to widgets. And I dealt with the sidebar widgets here. With this theme, there were some recommended plugins, and we're going to talk about plugins here in a minute, to go with this theme. So I went ahead and installed all those plugins. It's just how this theme works. The social widget was one of them. The smart author was one of them. So I got all my social things set up here, and it gets more into plugins, and we'll talk about that in just a second. And then all I want it to show are my recent posts and categories, depending on, again, your game plan is going to depend on what you have here. It's also got like a nice simple menu thing here, and as I add pages and stuff, which we'll also talk about, that'll all show up here. So at this point, my blog, all I need to do now is start installing the plugins that I use. And you need to decide what plugins you need, but here are the plugins I use and why. Alright, so here are the plugins that I use the most. Again, depending on what you're going to be doing with your blog, will depend on what you install. So if you look here, WP plugins I use, contact form. So if I'm looking for these, a cool way to do this, plugins, add new, and if we search, I can do contact form 7. Now I already have it installed, but if not, I could click the install button, install it, and we're ready to go. Let's find one that I don't have installed, Pretty Link. So let's do Pretty Link. There it is. Install now. Activate. And now that plugin is ready to use. I love Pretty Link. It's just there's a description in your resources document what it does, but it basically just makes your affiliate links pretty. Okay. Then I have subscribe to comments reloaded, opt-in monster, Yoast SEO if you're going to be doing SEO on your site. At least you should be doing some on-page. Jetpack, simple page ordering, and these are about the only ones that I use for what I'm going to be doing with my blog. Like I said, it's really going to depend on what the game plan is for your blog, what plugins you use. And you'll find as you start using your blog, you'll be like, well, I wish it could do, XYZ. And then you'll find yourself searching for, XYZ plugin, whatever, you're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and install all of these, and then I will be ready to start using my blog. At this point, you're ready to start adding content to your blog. Once you have the theme and your plugins, everything's looking the way you want it, you need to start adding content to your blog. I recommend adding at least 3 to 5 posts to get you started, and also a few pages, like an About Me page and your contact page. So right now, I just have the sample page. So I'm going to go to Pages, All Pages. I'm going to click Trash because I don't need that. I'm going to click Add New Page. And what I like to do is I like to make a home page when I have a menu like this, because I want them to be able to click the home button and come right back to my main domain name. Now, of course, they can click on this, but this is just something that I do. So home, I'm going to click Publish. Now is what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to install a plugin. Let's do Add New, and this one's called Speedy Page Redirect. And what it does is it allows you to easily redirect a page anywhere you want. So install, activate plugin. All right, so now when I go to Pages, All Pages, I'm going to click Edit. And then see right here where it says Page Redirect? I just want that to go back to my main domain name. So I'm going to put that right there. Click Update. And now, when people click Home, it's going to take them right back here, okay? So another page I want to create is an About Liz Tomey. And this is where I'll put all the information about me, okay? And if we go and we look at my page, because of the theme I'm using, again, it's all right here. Now, to reorder these pages, there's another plugin. And I think I actually put it in here, simple page ordering. So if we do simple page ordering, add new, simple page order, there it is, install, activate plugin, go back to pages, and this will allow you to just drag and drop so that your pages are in the order that you want them in. So now when I look at this, now I have home, about, I'm going to create another page. So contact Liz. I'm going to put contact me. Now you see it's put it in the first position again, so I'm going to go back all pages and I'm going to bring that down there. And it's going to reorder them. So home, about Liz Tomey, contact me. I'm going to have a page on here, so add new, my products, and then I'm going to add another page called Hire Me. Let's go back to all pages. So I want this here. My products, hire me, about, contact. So if I look now, home, my products, hire me, about Liz Tomey, contact me. And I'm probably going to take the exclamation point off that because it looks weird. So let's do this. Update. Alright, so now my blog's looking a little better, but this is how you add pages to your blog. It's really easy. I'm doing these because this will be my page where I offer my coaching from. Of course, this will be a page that lists all my products. This is my About page. And then I'll have a form here using Contact Form 7 so that people can contact me. All right, so there you go. At this point, you should now have a blog all installed, looking the way you want it, and with all the bells and whistles you want, and some content too. Now it's up to you to start driving traffic to it and adding in things that are going to make you money. And we're going to talk about all of that in another workshop. But for now, you have the knowledge you need to create your own blog. It doesn't matter if you have no clue what you want to do. At least get like a yourname.com domain name, set up your first blog, have something you can cut your teeth on, and learn to use, okay? All right, I wish you much success in your blogging journey.